It doesn't get any better than this. Hello, One Piece enthusiasts, I'm the One Piece nerd, and today let's talk about One Piece chapter 1126. The same as before, we continue our banquet in the giant ship, and everyone is partying with more alcohol and with better atmosphere and mindset. And of course, there's a tiny bit of tidbit that is there in the first part of the chapter that might help us discover what happens at the end of the chapter. But before we move on, make sure to like and subscribe, it helps the channel a lot. Now that you have, let's begin. We talk about the important questions later down. First, let's start off with Shanks and Bartolomeo. This is something that I've been wanting to see for a very long time. I've speculated what could have happened, what might have happened. I really wish I made a dedicated video on this, but considering it's Shanks, it could have gone anywhere. From Shanks being nice to people, like Luffy and some, of course, he's not ruthless to every single one of them. The reason why he destroyed Kid's ship was because Kid was literally going to blow off every other ship that Shanks had allied with. This time around, with Bartolomeo being Luffy's ally and he didn't mean any harm, and how he took the challenge, kind of like a friendship test, I thought Shanks would kind of let him go. I actually fell for that trap. But to think Yasopp would actually blow up their ship and, in consequence, annihilating their entire crew, we have no idea if Barto is still alive. And this is something I did not expect out of the Red Hairs at all. Shanks personally, I don't think Shanks personally would do anything to him. He would have just let the ship set sail. But since it is a breach of code, breach of law, I think it made sense for Yasopp to step up and do it. But I don't really think Shanks was someone who would initiate it, nor would he want to do it. But as to whether or not Barto is still alive, I really hope that he is. But I think his crew and his journey ends there. But if it doesn't and Luffy somehow gets wind of all of this, this could potentially lead up to Luffy versus Shanks, and I am very excited for that, and I am all in. The next part of the chapter, of course, we head to Hachinosu. Blackbeard is back, seeing Hachinosu in shambles. Kobe Moria escaped, along with all the other slaves that have escaped, and Hachinosu is basically now lost half of his reputation because of a marine, not even a full-on marine infiltration. Now, good for Blackbeard is that he got Garp instead of Kobe, and we get a little bit of insight onto Kuzan's perspective. Kuzan said he wanted to end Garp's life, but of course we know the history and all. I don't really think Kuzan would have done that. It's a more logical option for Kuzan to let Garp live, and it works again as a bargaining chip. I really don't think Kuzan had the idea or intention of ending Garp, but even if he did, he probably couldn't because of the feelings, and Blackbeard understands. Blackbeard doesn't understand the emotional aspect of it, but he does understand the strategic aspect of it, or rather the power scaling aspect. Anyways, like I predicted before, Blackbeard is going to use Garp as a bargaining chip against the world government the same way he prepared it for Kobe, and now he has Pudding. We can talk all day about what Blackbeard might be up to in his next move, but he is literally all over the place. If there is anyone who is making bigger moves than Luffy as of now, maybe even Shanks, it is definitely Blackbeard. He has his hands all over the place. All of his scattered investments over the last 1 month is starting to pay off. And we can get into that in the future video, but for now, all we know, he has Caribou to have the information on Poseidon, he has Pudding to read the poneglyphs, and he has Garp to basically use him as a bargaining chip against the world government. Everything he has in sight is now in motion. Last but not least, we see the end of the chapter where the Straw Hats and the Giants have been separated. Separated why and separated how? Well, at the start of the chapter, if you guys did pay attention, one of the Giants said how one of the booze they were having, has the side effect of making people hallucinate. The first time when I read Nami's perspective, I thought Nami is probably stuck in a devil fruit ability. Someone used a devil fruit ability on her, and now she is stuck in like another world, and now she has to get out of it without heading to elbaf. And with people not heading to elbaf, things kind of get complicated in the midway through. Maybe we get to see a mysterious opponent. Oda did say that they will head to that place. I know that Luffy and the others will head to elbaf, but Oda said it's going to be a struggle. Oda told us about a twist. That twist could have been about Saturn, but that twist can also be what's leading up to right now. We'll get the Straw Hats. And I am very happy to say that I don't really think we can make a big deal out of this, because it's been already laid down in the chapter that everyone was drinking. Everyone was drinking, everyone overdosed. Nami herself admitted to overdosing, and it's entirely possible that she's just hallucinating. And the fact that the two ships have been lost, it's probably because of hallucination. They probably set sail at the same time, and one of them got lost, and now they can't find each other. I guess this is another side quest, but Oda doesn't do things just to do things. I think this is to do with a particular reason. Now, as to the significance of Nami being in a puzzle-like world, wearing an elbaf uniform, I don't know what this really means. Maybe the mystery person we've seen on elbaf has this power. I thought it was Saul, but it could be somebody else who has this sort of mysterious power. I don't really know why they would pick Nami to be in all of this, and specifically Nami, but it's all weird, and at the same time Luffy is missing. I am quite sure that Nami and Luffy are probably lost in the same world if it is a devil fruit ability. If not, they're probably both hallucinating. Other than that, there is one last thing I wanted to touch up on the chapter, which is the effect on the celestial dragons. Blackbeard's moves as to why he would make them right now and how fast he would make them, and calling Nafit to have a plan, I think it has to do with the revolutionaries putting an effect on the celestial dragons, the cross girls putting an effect on the marines, and he sees the marines and the world nobles being preoccupied with their current problems, for them not to be paying enough attention to Blackbeard himself, which gives him enough opportunity to make sure that he does what he needs. And it works more as a bargaining chip than anything else. And good to see from the revolutionary perspective that the celestial dragons are actually going through food shortage, and this is likely to turn into something massive. I don't really know what self-destructing bomb Marie Joa has that they could be pulling up to right now, but it's not gonna be fun. And I'm sure Blackbeard has something planned pretty big versus the world government. That's it for the video, guys. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about the chapter down in the comments below. Until next time, peace.